really look at it.
Yeah,
I don't know
like,
who be
you have
finding
to-
this stuff.
Everybody that has too much time on there.
Yeah. Same
thing with
How is going today? Loyalist.
I love
Kingdom.
landing.
My name is Dwayne.
Please, Jasmine.
We're doing it, Jasmine. We got 10 Disney princess secrets only adults will notice.
Bet you already saw.
Yep.
I was a very mature little kid.
Yeah, so I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's dive on in.
I already know. You probably haven't even
I probably
seen
haven't,
these movies.
And this is by Screen Rant, so check the channel out.
Mulan,
characters. Only
Rapunzel,
11 of them count as
Cinderella,
official
Ariel.
Disney princesses.
Only 11 of them count as Disney
Cinderella,
princesses.
Ariel, Belle, Anna, and Elsa make up the big five, even though the last two aren't technically on the list.
Yeah.
The meticulous studio is notorious for their hidden details, and the internet is drowning in theories about subliminal messaging
Love that
corrupting
movie.
children's morals.
And that.
Wherever you stand,
All of it.
it's worth pointing out that most of it is flying right over their kids' heads. But just because they're made with children in mind doesn't mean adults can't enjoy them too.
Yeah.
And before
Yes.
we start, can you guess this movie from these emojis? Stay tuned for
Frozen.
the answer at the end of our
Frozen,
video. Here are 10 Disney
the-
princess
Dog, tiger.
secrets only adults will notice.
Oh, he's nothing but a big sweetheart.
Rapunzel from Tangled. The cover for 2010's Tangled gives new meaning to the term sex hair. That is, if you believe Disney animators prey on youth with subliminal messaging. Concerned parents were sure they spotted the word sex in Rapunzel's hair on
did?
the movie's cover. Can you see it?
Where?
Yeah, neither do we. But others swear up and down that it's written there clear as
Oh,
day.
Oh my
It
god.
took 10 software engineers
Are y'all
to work
serious?
on just the character's hair. It seems pretty far-flung that they'd all band together to sneak a little innuendo
try to
onto
put
the
sex
cover.
there?
But
Right.
stranger things
No.
have happened, so we'll let you be the judge.
I never realized how
I remember that.
incredibly handsome you are.
Jasmine from Aladdin. Here's
Jasmine.
intent on finding sexual innuendo will hear it in everything.
It
And since
was-
many of the Disney conspiracies have to do
It was
with
a lot,
sex-type
actually.
things,
Yeah, I believe
it's
in Aladdin.
understandable that people get riled up about morality. No parent wants their kid's childhood to be marred by naughty adult stuff. So when a concerned citizen heard what they thought was dirty talk in Aladdin, it was a big deal. While most people heard the line as "good kitty, take off and go,"
Come on, good teenagers. Take off, come on.
others swore he said "good teenagers, take off your clothes." We can argue
What?
about it all we want, but at the end of the day,
Alright, y'all
the only one who
reaching.
knows
Y'all
for
really
sure is
reaching.
Princess Jasmine.
You must control your temper.
Belle from Beauty and the Beast. For
I can't
better
wait
or
to
for
see that
worse,
movie, actually.
Disney princesses
live
hold a lot of
adaptation.
sway when it comes to teaching lessons.
They kept it the same,
It turns
but-
out that the magic of song is a wonderful medium for transmitting messages of self-esteem and kindness. None of the ladies on this list take any crap from anyone, and that's especially true of Belle.
That hurts.
If you'd hold still, it wouldn't hurt as much.
The team behind the character has said they wrote her to be someone their own daughters could look up to. Feminist is a big
Yeah, those
word,
were
and
hoes.
people seem to understand
Yeah.
it differently. But when it comes to conversations about empowered female characters, her name is almost always on the list.
All right, y'all. One more time. It don't matter what
Princess
you
and
look
the
like.
Frog.
Tiana from The Princess and the Frog.
You need to see that.
Of
I
all
need
the
as well.
criticisms that have been lobbed at Disney over the decades, the issue of cultural representation is one of the heaviest. Historically, and with very few exceptions, white characters have dominated the entertainment industry, including animation. The release of 2009's The Princess and the Frog finally
It
bucked
was
the
wonderful.
trend, sort of. Tiana is the first African-American princess to enter the Disney canon. But considering she's turned into a frog quickly and stays that way for most of the movie, viewers have
Oh,
argued
they had
that
a
it was a
problem with
clever
that?
way for the studio to appear diverse without actually having to follow through on it. And while really little kids might not give it a second thought, older folks understand the magnitude of that choice.
If you're not going to buy
I'm still glad that it came out.
get out.
Merida from Brave. Merida isn't just Pixar's first female lead, she also
First
has the
one
honor
that
of being
didn't
their
wanna
first princess. An incredibly
marry.
skilled archer with a headstrong attitude, she'd rather stomp around in the forest than follow stuffy old customs. And obviously, disaster ensues. Sure, it's technically a kid's movie, but Pixar doesn't forget about the adults. There's one moment when Merida's brothers turned cupbearers chase down a nursemaid to find a key hidden in
That
her
was
leash.
funny.
And after one of them dives in head first, the other two have different reactions. One of them is shocked, but the other is clearly
Yes.
having a flashback to the days when he was breastfed.
You can do that, believe it or not.
That been
I
hard.
know that scene was funny.
Cinderella from Cinderella. Perhaps the ultimate Disney princess, no discussion of the studio's royal
was a
lore would
classic.
be
It
complete
was.
without a nod
Tell me
to
you've seen it.
Cinderella. Everyone knows the story.
Yes.
Terrible
Okay.
living circumstances, slave labor, and snotty stepsisters all fade away when the fairy godmother makes her over for a couple of hours. The most iconic part of that makeover is also the key to Cinderella's freedom: glass footwear. It's easy for the youngsters to get so swept up in the spectacle of it all that they never even consider how horrendously impractical that would be. If the fairy godmother really had Cinderella's back, she'd have given her some sensible shoes before sending her to a night of dancing. Snow White.
I mean, I don't
Snow
know how
White
a
and the
glass shoe
Seven
would work
Dwarfs.
anyway.
Yeah.
It's just for the
Most
story.
people, Snow White is the story of a girl in unfortunate circumstances, but not everybody sees it that way. Conspiracy theorists hypothesize that the whole thing is actually a metaphor for substance abuse,
And in her
specifically
head.
cocaine. This group
Yeah.
posits that each dwarf corresponds to a symptom of withdrawal, while the princess symbolizes the drug itself, and Doc is, well, the doctor.
The
It's an
doctor.
interesting mental exercise to
Good.
imagine, but it was debunked by the folks over at Snopes. In addition, cocaine withdrawal is different for every user, and there isn't an official checklist of symptoms to cover everyone.
Some
So
people
for
thought
this
it was,
analogy to work,
what
there
was
would
it,
have to
multiple
be
personality
like
Disorder,
or
yeah.
something like
I
that?
got theories on
Ariel
these.
from
Yeah.
Little Mermaid. Ariel is part of the Big Five princess group and
Yeah,
has
she
the
is.
best hair of them all, but her accommodations are less than stellar. If you own a copy of The Little Mermaid produced in the movie's initial run, the front cover is going to be different from the ones
Oh,
that
yeah.
came after.
It is different.
You have to look very closely. That's right, friends. Ariel lives
Yeah, I
in
saw
a
that.
house. There's some J.J. Abrams lens flare
I
action
kinda
happening
believe
to
that
try
one.
and
I think
obscure
they
it,
snuck
but
that
it's
one in
there.
there.
In this
Yeah.
case, we're using the loose definition of adult because jokes transcend all traditional age boundaries.
Oh my God.
It's science, really.
All right, rise and shine,
Mulan.
Sleeping Beauty.
Mulan from Mulan. Mulan is the story of one daughter's profound
love Eddie
love
Murphy
for her
as
father.
Yes,
Dragon.
The
he was
lengths
awesome.
she goes to in order to protect him are truly heroic. Disguising herself as a man, Mulan enlists in the army and gets away with it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
All the while, she's been developing a crush on her teammate Shang, who thinks she's a dude. Obviously, she can't keep it up forever, and Mulan's true identity
When
is
she got
discovered,
hurt,
leading to some straight-up
she needed somebody
discrimination.
to
Some
work on
audience members have argued that the princess's journey is a metaphor for gender inequality in the workplace.
Of course.
Something that hopefully kids have no first-hand experience with.
Yeah.
Frozen.
Anna from Frozen. In
I've never seen it.
2013, Disney released
I
a
have.
movie
You know I
that
have
took the
seen
world
that
by
one.
storm and kicked everyone in the pants. Frozen obliterated
I had
the
to
box
check it out
office and
because
is one
I
of
was
the most
dealing with it at
successful,
work and I went to see what was
highest-grossing
so
films
great
of
about
all
it.
time.
Right.
And the soundtrack was just as successful. The movie's charm lies in the relationship between the two princesses, Anna and her sister Elsa. No, they're not technically on the official list of Disney royalty.
Elsa was
but we
evil.
They
can't
thought
just
that it was
overlook them.
lesbians.
Most of
Elsa
the
was
humor in
evil?
Frozen is very family friendly,
No.
but one conversation
Outside.
between Anna and Kristoff about a man's shoe size is guaranteed to have the adults giggling.
What's his favorite food?
Sandwiches.
Best friend's name?
Probably John.
Eye color.
Dreamy.
Foot size?
Foot size doesn't matter.
It's good to know the writers consider the grown-ups occasionally, except for when they're writing the music. So how did we do? Did we miss any obvious ones?
Frozen
and the answer
is not.
Oh wait, the answer. I'm sorry.
Oh.
to the movie emoji is...
Oh, Ice
Oh.
Age.
Right answer. Let us know.
Y'all put a dog as.
His saber
Ain't no
tooth. That
way I
was a tiger.
gonna get
Yeah.
him. I got the tiger part,
The
but
nut.
this
the squirrel
no.
kind of get the nut. and
With
then ice
him
it.
being a sloth, y'all chose a dog. That was a dog's face. That's why I was like, what is that?
I don't know.
Y'all should have chose a better emoji. But
Right.
for Frozen, I'm just gonna sum it up. The one that had the ice power, she was born with the curse or whatever like that, and she was hiding it her whole life by wearing gloves and everything. And so when she takes it off, it's like that's when her powers are released and everything. And since she was royalty with long for her sister, she couldn't let that be seen because everybody was gonna think she was evil or whatever like that. And her parents were trying to keep that like a secret or whatever. And so she had her gloves on. They told her to take it off to like for this ceremony or whatever like that. And so she did, and then that was kind of releasing the powers and everything. And she was tired of hiding, so she basically ran away into like the wilderness and everything like that, which is all ice and snow and everything. She made her own snow castle and everything, so she could be herself in her snow castle without hiding anything and then just being free and everything. And her sister was trying to find her
That's it.
and bring her back. Yeah,
That was
that's
a nice.
it.
Yeah. Okay. That was a
That's
nice
it.
little recap.
That's it. Yeah.
But yeah, some of
So
those
she
jokes.
wasn't actually evil.
Yeah, that Little Mermaid one. That looked definitely like
I
a
believe
penis.
that one was made
was-
by the adults.
Yeah,
they
thank
tried
you.
to
Yup,
sneak
stick
that
one in there.
It was real small because like it's real small. Like at
You
the
have to
top of it.
really look at it.
Yeah,
I don't know
like,
who be
you have
finding
to-
this stuff.
Everybody that has too much time on there.
Yeah, and then, oh,
Same thing with they did the same thing with Hey Arnold, the grandpa.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the grandpa's face, like he had like that little like cleft chin or whatever like that. That was just like a dip right there, and at the top of his head was like a little point. So like this little point was the tip of it,
Oh
and then like down here, like they just like drew a line, and it was like ball.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, guys, please comment below to what you think.
Don't forget to like,
subscribe.
share.
My guys, deuces.